Framehold Photography.
Assassin's Creed Mirage is slated to release on October 12, 2023, and fans have been eagerly theorizing what this next mainline game is all about. The cinematic trailer and gameplay trailer gave the AC community a lot of hints as to what this new game starring Basim might include. With these ideas in mind, I wanted to create some concept art of what I hope Assassin's Creed Mirage will be like, using virtual photography. During the cinematic trailer for Mirage, we see Basim use a few different types of bombs. One of them looks to be an impact smoke bomb, while the other is a poison tripwire. These bomb types remind me a lot of the bomb crafting you can do in Assassin's Creed Revelations. I loved all the different bomb combinations you can make in Revelations with the various crafting materials. In Mirage, I hope there is a similar mechanic, where you can craft bombs to fit your playstyle, whether that be stealthy smokes and tripwire poisons, or combat-inducing shrapnel and blood bombs. I imagine bombs being a big part of Mirage since they are featured in both trailers, so I wanted to create a concept art piece of Basim running down a city street with a smoke bomb going off behind him, obscuring the view of any guards that might be on his heels. To create this piece, I first needed to get captures of Basim in Valhalla. Using various elements of the Eivor Customizer mod and the Raven Clan Mesh Swap mod, I created an outfit for Basim that looks somewhat similar to the assassin robes we see him wear in the trailers. Since I play on PC, I have access to NVIDIA Ansel, a robust photo mode tool. Ansel allows me to insert green screens into games, which makes it easier to cut out characters and place them on different backgrounds. With the photo of Basim captured, I then swapped over to Assassin's Creed Origins to take a photo for the background. I decided to use Origins for the backgrounds of all my concept art pieces, since Origins features buildings that somewhat look like the structures seen in Mirage's trailers. To make the background from Origins feel less like ancient Egypt and more like Baghdad, I photoshopped out all NPCs, and then removed the fancy trims, decals, and windows from the buildings. Next, I added in Basim and painted in the smoke around him, paying close attention to the lighting and shadows on the street. To make the piece feel extra action-packed, I added a subtle radial blur and then tilted the image to create a canted angle. For my second and third concept art pieces, I wanted to explore the idea of a mirage, an optical illusion caused by atmospheric conditions. When thinking of this word, I imagine a desert where the heated air plays tricks on the eyes. At the end of the Mirage cinematic trailer, when Basim is confronting his target in the memory corridor, he sees a shadowy figure lift from the ground. It has been confirmed that this creature is a jinn, which, in pre-Islamic Arabian religious systems, are powerful invisible creatures that can possess people and cause suffering. In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, when we see a much older Basim, we learn that he is the reincarnation of the Norse trickster god Loki. I wonder if Basim seeing these nefarious creatures in Mirage is his way of interpreting Loki's consciousness within him. With this theory in mind, I wanted to create a concept art piece of Basim wandering through the desert in a sandstorm, with a shadowy figure looming behind him. Using the Eivor Customizer mod and the Raven Clan Mesh Swap mod again, I created a different look for Basim inspired by traditional Arabian clothing. I wanted it to look like Basim was shielding himself from the sandstorm, so I found some flour sacks in Valhalla and broke them open, creating huge dust clouds. After a few attempts, I finally got the right angle. Swapping over to Origins, I snapped some pictures of the desert to use as the background. First, I worked on creating a close-up of Basim in the sandstorm. After separating Basim from the green screen, I focused on matching the lighting and color to the background, and then painted in layers and layers of sand clouds and dust. I followed the same steps for the wide shot, trying to create depth in the sandstorm by making further away clouds darker and closer clouds brighter. For the creature mirage, I took design inspiration from the shadowy figure you can find in Valhalla and the mythical realm of Jotunheim. After blending this creature into the sandstorm, I called this third piece complete. For my fourth and final concept art piece, I wanted to focus on combat. While any master assassin can take down targets from the shadows, they can also hold their own when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. I am sure we all have had those moments where we are trying to be stealthy in an Assassin's Creed game, when suddenly a guard spots you and your whole cover is blown. I wanted to create a concept art piece of this moment, the standoff, when Basem confronts the guards he alerted. For this piece, I used Basem's Master Assassin's robes in Valhalla and captured him in a battle-ready pose, sword in hand. To create the guard that spotted him, I dressed Basem in the Carolingian set and took a photo of the character model from the waist down. In Origins, I swapped my character model to a Roman soldier and took a photo near ground level, looking slightly up at the road ahead. When creating concept art photos, it is important to be mindful of the camera angle and lighting in each game. The closer these two elements are to each other, the more it will look like these two very separate photos work together as one. In Photoshop, I separated the Roman guard model from the background and blurred the distant buildings and trees. I wanted to give the illusion that there was something beyond this guard post, but I did not want to make it obvious that this was a location from Origins. Next, I added in the second guard image and darkened it to match the lighting of the first guard. I then added in the image of Basem and blended him into the environment. To make it feel like Basem was really standing in front of the guards, I added in some dust, adjusted the ground shadows, and added subtle rim lights and hues to the edges of his silhouette. After adding in a bit more noise, I called this final concept art piece complete. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown video of how I created 4 concept art pieces of what Assassin's Creed Mirage might look like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on what you'd like to see in Mirage. If you're inspired to create concept art of your own, check out my other videos where I go more in depth with my photoshopping and photo-taking methods. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr to keep up with my latest projects, and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching.